Hello, Scorpio. My name's Echo. Thank you so much for joining me for your March 2025 tarot reading. We do have a North Node in Pisces and a South Node in Virgo right now. North Node Pisces is things that are calling to you and what is speaking to you at this time to help you grow. It is going to be a very watery, heartfelt energy, very dreamy energy. So pay attention to any symbolism or signs that pop up in your dreams. They may be conveying a message. The South Node in Virgo is going to hint towards things being organized, details, as Virgos are very detail-oriented, and breaking down plans into smaller steps just to create structure. South Node, as you know, are the things that we already know, lessons already learned that we can apply to the day-to-day. We do have an eclipse coming up March 13th, 14th, depending on where you live, and that is going to be in the sign of Virgo, so see where that is on your chart and how that may affect you. We also have Mercury going retrograde, I believe, on the 14th. So if you do have any plans or activities you would like to get started, go ahead and jumpstart those. That way, during Mercury retrograde, you can work on them, as it is not advised to start new things just because the energy becomes a little chaotic. So without further ado, Scorpio, I'd like to go ahead and continue your reading and see what March has for you. I apologize for the delayed reading. I did create move. You might notice I have a new space. So now that that's done and we are all settled in, let's continue. To start you off with the Animal Spirit Oracle deck, you have sweet results await with the Bee Spirit. So you've probably been busy bee working your tail away, as have we all at this time. And at the end of the day, the bees working hard in their hive are putting together that delicious honey. So all of your things that you've been putting in may have made you feel a little bit like the busy bee, buzzing around, doing all the things. And now you are getting the golden reward. So sweet results are headed your way. If you don't see them just yet, stay tuned because we have a lot more coming in March. Like I said, there's a lot going on planetary as well. Next, you have the last quarter moon gratitude. So this may mean that to manifest more, you have to focus on being grateful for what you already have. This is, I guess you could say, a major tenet on manifestation as a whole. So if you're more appreciative of that which you have, that you have already achieved, it tells Spirit, hey, I would like more of this. I genuinely appreciate this. Thank you for this. And it lets Spirit know that that vibrates you, that vibrates with you. That is absolutely what resonates with you. And that's what does best for you and serves your greater good. So if you're grateful for the things and the people and the circumstances that you've run into very recently, Scorpio, you're going to maintain and possibly attract more of the same or possibly better. All right, next you have power. So you are very much in your power at this time, Scorpio, as March progresses. If you're recognizing what you have achieved so far, it can be a very self-empowering feeling. Looking at the road behind us to contemplate how we're going to approach the road ahead is a very powerful thing to do indeed, because it allows you to see how far you've grown, just what kind of circumstances and situations you've overcome, and how you gained from those. What wisdom did you acquire? What new skills did you fine tune? This is what notes a sense of power in you. This is where your power comes from, enabling yourself by growing from what you've been through rather than letting it hold you back. So let's go ahead and throw some cards for you, Scorpio, and see what March has in store for you. You start off with the 10 of Swords reversed. The 10 of Swords is a very airy energy. Swords are all about communication, intellect, and speech, and our thought. So 10 of Swords in reverse tells me that you are overcoming a bit of a mental fog and you are finding a way to get your ideas across, to communicate in a way that will be empowering. And this may be part of helping others claim their own power because now you have found a way, right? You are grateful for what you've been through and you know that sweeter things are coming as a result. You recognize your own power. So you may have advice for people around you at this time. And as a result, you may be attracting people looking for advice from you, able to help you get up and rise up, because 10 of Swords is the dead, done, over with. But in reverse, you're standing up, you're rising again. So if someone comes to you for assistance, don't shut them out. You may learn something in return. Next, you have the Emperor. This card keeps coming up. The Emperor is all about leaving a legacy from the power that you wield and creating something that's lasting. So, the Emperor in this spread says that the power you have gained, you're going to use not only for yourself, but for a greater good because you recognize what good it can do. Um, and there's a lot of responsibility you may feel on your shoulders, but you recognize how you can grow from that and how it's actually very healing because it allows you to speak from experience whenever you're sharing wisdom with people, Scorpio. And you're the kind of person who is all about rebirth. Scorpio is the regenerative sign. You are all about rebirth and making things new, as the planet Pluto is at home in the sign of Scorpio. So if you are torn down from time to time, take those as lessons, take those as strength, ways to make yourself step up and be that emperor, embody that spirit. Next, you have the Hermit in reverse. The Hermit is all about going into their cave and contemplating great wisdom so they can bring that wisdom to the world outside. In reverse, this card does indicate that you have done the inner work, you have done the reflecting, and now you are ready to be reborn. Bring your light from out of the cave as the Hermit wields the lantern. You are ready to go out and shine your beautiful light and share this with others. You recognize your own power, and March is going to give you opportunities to present that power and be a force of change. And I love this for you because we need forces of change during all this chaotic energy we have going on. So I just want to see what maybe is going to be left field for Scorpio. What does Scorpio not see in the month of March? And you have the World in reverse. So the world is all about all the energies around us, our place within the greater picture of things. Okay, microcosmic us, macrocosmic the universe, right? So the World card indicates in reverse that you have a little bit of a left field hitting you. I don't think you realize exactly what's not on offer, but what I'm almost seeing like hidden energies, hidden revelations that you don't see them just yet. So you may have revelations that come left field. You may have different circumstances or resources is the word I'm looking for, that come at you left field as like aha moments or discoveries that you weren't expecting. So pay attention to any outside signs or synchronicities from your guides at this time. Like I said, you might receive some in dreams, but you may also receive some from any ancestors or any of your guides that are around you, because these are where these messages are most likely to be found, but they can also be found in the mundane day-to-day. So pay attention to things like keys or coins, things that appear in random odd places, because they are a sign. Feel free to look up their significance and take that for what you. So what blessings does Scorpio have in the month of March? What blessings are you offering, Spirit? You have the Nine of Cups in reverse. Now, upright, the Nine of Cups indicates reaching for more than what you already have. She has the Eight Cups. She's established. She has more than enough, and she reaches for that ninth cup. In reverse, as a blessing, this says to me, you're going to be protected from overreaching, okay? Almost like you really shouldn't put limitations on yourself because you're going to know your own limits. You're not going to overstep boundaries. So if it feels like something might be a little bit too much for someone else, but you're perfectly comfortable taking that bold step, do it because you're being encouraged at this time. You're blessed to do so in a way that will be impactful, and it will not only impact you, but the world around you, right? Like we said, microcosm, macrocosm. So we just want to see a card of advice for my Scorpios in the month of March. What advice do you have, Spirit, for Scorpio? What advice? You have the King of Wands in reverse. King of Wands is a fiery, creative energy. He's all about the passion, putting passion projects into play. In reverse, the advice here would be don't operate purely on passion. Yes, you are very powerful. You are very grateful for what you have and looking to manifest more of that. But think before you act, okay? Don't just put yourself out there. Yes, you are pushing the envelope and you are being encouraged to reach for that extra cup, heart space energy and watery energy, okay? As we have with the cup suit, we did talk about the Piscean attraction to hearts and the cup and all of that. But the fiery energy of the king can put their passion forward in a way that's too much for others. So while you are encouraged to go forward with what feels right for you at this time, consider your approach, because you're being advised to recognize it's almost like not everybody you're going to encounter will speak the same language as you. They will understand what it is you're trying to do if you communicate in a way that they can understand and try to like see their point of view, so you can get your point across in a way that they understand. It's not like you're going to talk to anybody who's stupid or doesn't try to understand you. Don't get me wrong. It's just you don't want to be misunderstood. So make sure that passion is put forward and you explain, I'm passionate about, A, B, and C, and here's why. I really feel like it could this. Don't be afraid to reach for that other cup and explain why you're doing things, because that will help people sympathize with you and whatever it is you're trying to work on. So I'm just going to draw a rune for this reading, Scorpio, and I do draw the runes at random. This is a great way to encompass the whole energy in the reading, and it's a great closer to give you a feeling on how you can operate in the month ahead. So the rune you drew, and I have to look at this again. Yes, this is Thorisas. Thorisas is all about the thorn. Now, just as you wield the thorn or the spear to take on your enemies, create change, think of like a soldier, fighting for a cause, right? Just as the thorn can prick and damage other people, let me bring that closer for you, so can the thorn damage you as well. So be careful lest your spear come back on you, right? You're making change, you're honoring your own power, and you're giving that advice and those tools to other people. But it's almost like, be careful who you give these tools to. If you get a vibe off of somebody that they're not ready to receive them or that they may misuse them, there's nothing wrong with just withholding them for the people and the situations that really can use them, if that makes sense, right? Allocating power where it's needed and allocating power where it's going to be used justly and not do damage to you. I'm getting this for somebody. It's almost like you're feeling the prick of a thorn. Like it may have been from something you said to somebody, and they're trying to use your words against you or twist whatever it was you said. Scorpio, you don't mess around. You're very straight and to the point. If something's nonsense, you're going to call it. Don't be afraid to do that. That is your superpower. So if someone is manipulating, and that is the word here, manipulating something you've said or done, or something you're trying to create, a cause you may be fighting for, don't even dabble in the energy. Shut that down, okay? You don't need that. The world doesn't need that. Misconstruing things, it just muddies the water. And it can block magic from flowing to you and whatever it is you're working on. So I do love this reading for you, Scorpio. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, I'm sorry for the delay and my gravelly voice. I've been fighting a cold. But thank you so much for joining me. I'm wishing you a very blessed March. My name is Echo, and I'll see you next time.